I'm standing on a balcony of a high-rise, 21 stories high. The sun licks my face like bright smoke I try to chase. But when I begin, my brain spins in typical fashion and I become a boy in my head again. Remembering my dad's childhood home, one story high, ceilings low, eventually bulldozed to the ground years after my grandpa passed. Gas had snuck through the walls like a ghost wearing perfume, and it destroyed every room. So picture this. It's a ghost house with a screen door, porch swing, and 1,000,000 pair of saintly eyes, not watching, but staring at you like you're trying to get into heaven, but you're only 7, and the Virgin hangs above the door of your grandmother's house, and her eyes pour out like a river, but walk through the door anyway. Ignore the gods. It's the first door on the left. Inside, a bald man with big hands holds a guitar and a cigarette. His essence was cinematic. My grandpa was like a Mexican BFG. His love, big, friendly, and giant. When his memory went dark, his mind, it became an exploding star, erratic but catastrophic and hilarious. Fact, my grandpa Caballero laughed at his own jokes. Fact, I do too. The ritual of our greeting, it went something like this. Hey, Grandpa. And he'd ask, how's your ugly daddy? And I never had a comeback. His laughter billowed out the room like a ballad built with smoke. Then he'd flick his guitar with his right wrist, ash his smoke, his unforgetful fingertips moving quick, much like my hands when I wrote this. And see, the funny thing is, all my life, my mother looked at me and remarked, oh, Lord, you look just like your father. And it is remarkable how she sees the same face of the same boy who gave her her first kiss on the dance floor when no one was looking all those years ago. The same face, my grandfather, the same face that faced my grandfather in the front room with my grandma in the kitchen, stacking tortillas higher than the skyscrapers in front of me. I remember watching her dig her hands into a bucket of flour, which I always mistook for a bucket of paint. I remember the tortilla beginning from nothing, a blank canvas becoming nourishment. And if I really think about it, she really was an artist, pounding tortillas with her fists until they looked like different phases of the moon painted against the Comal sky. And I imagine in this ghost house, my ghost grandfather, the two of us, in this phantom room, and me finally ready with my comeback. How's my daddy's ugly daddy? Ha! And he would erupt again, his laughter howling out the house back into the universe. Yes, this poem is about returning, about the indestructible ghosts inside of us. The tortillas I confuse for the moon. How faces are the places we return to. My grandfather's spirit rising high inside of me. I'm learning my breath is the last thing this earth will ever inherit. I am learning my breath is the last thing this earth will ever inherit. I am learning how to rebuild from the blueprint in my blood. Did I mention my grandfather's name? It was Jesus. Thank you. Okay, audience, make some noise for yourselves, for the poets in this first round.